Hello there, YouTubers. Today, Liver Flesh Man here, gonna talk about some different herbs here that and what they do and what organs they're used for. You know, including the intestines, the heart, anti-inflammatory, anti-parasitic, antifungal, antibacteria. These all-around cleansing herbs in different ways. So I'm going to start off here with one of the number one possible liver herb, which is milk thistle here. So these are milk thistle seeds, and you can actually take these, just put them in your mouth and chew them up, and it's a bitter, and bitters are good for the liver. Like that, they help release secrete bile, and they protect the cells and everything. So milk thistle, that's a standard. So what I'm making here is I make an amazing tea, an actual shaman tea that is an all body cleanse for all different things. And I'm going to talk about mixing herbs, or using certain herbs by themselves for different reasons. The milk thistle can be used for a number of things, but especially it's really good for the liver. So I put maybe a little pinch of milk thistle seeds. You don't need a lot, because all these herbs, all of them together, end up being a lot of stuff here. This is slippery elm bark, which is, one thing about cleansing is cleansing the intestines, and by giving the intestines these herbal teas with all these intestinal, like the slippery elm bark, coats the intestines and gives it healing energy to the intestines, helps to stop leaky gut. A big portion of these herbs here are for stopping leaky gut, as well as cleansing the kidneys and the liver and the intestinal tract. So slippery elm bark, milk thistle we got there. Horsetail here is typically used for hair, skin, and nails. It's a form of silica in the plant, like crystals. Quartz crystals is a silica, and you can get silica gel of quartz crystals, and it's really good for your skin. This is good for the skin and building tissue. So building tissue in the liver, building tissue in the intestines, healthy tissue, repairing tissue. Horsetail there. So then we have, here's the blessed thistle, and this is one of the thistles like milk thistle, which is it's also a bitter, and this is also a liver herb, but as well this is also good for digestive system, blessed thistle as well. And yeah, so it's a bitter herb, and it's nice in a tea as well. So then here we have lady's mantle, and this is typically used for lactating women that are breastfeeding for good milk, healthy milk. And also lady's mantle grows in nature like a cup like this, and it holds water. So this is good. This is good for the leaky gut as well, the lady's mantle, right? Because in nature it holds water like that, and it's also good for the intestines, for leaky gut, where the actual strands of fiber that hold the intestines together become opened up. They become opened up, and actual fluid can leak through. So that is really good for that as well. Here's marshmallow root, which is a cooling herb, slightly cooling. That marshmallow root, it also coats the intestines with the good beneficial nutrients that it needs to support it. Then here we have licorice root, and now licorice root gives it that sweetness. It gives the tea that you make, the shaman tea, with all this total body cleanse herbs. The licorice will give it a sweet flavor and a kind of licoricey flavor as well. Licorice root, it allows all these herbs to combine and work together, and that's the nutrient that allows the combination of so many herbs together, as well as the sweetness. So the licorice root is awesome. It's really amazing. Now, if you're wondering where you can get these kind of herbs, hopefully you have like a herbal shop somewhere in your local town or city there. Like we luckily have one here called Self Heal, and typically most of these come in organic through this store as well. Here's organic rose hips here. And rose hips contain a lot of vitamin C and other antioxidants, and as well they have a nice sweet flavor from their vitamin C content, and nice add some flavor as well. Then here we have papaya leaf, and just like as you know, papaya has a certain enzyme called papain enzyme, and this enzyme is a proteolytic enzyme. So the papaya leaf is also helps with it's a anti-parasitic, so this helps get rid of parasites. The papaya leaf helps kill parasites as well. It's good for the digestive system, so for leaky gut and healing leaky gut as well. The papaya leaf, here's just some alfalfa leaf, which has the typical vitamins and nutrients of alfalfa, which is usually in green mixes and stuff like that. These three here I'm going to talk about because these came at the Southfield place as already pre-made mixes for certain things. This here is rhubarb powder, and rhubarb is another really good for intestinal, anti-inflammatory, rhubarb and all these herbs here generally are all anti-inflammatories, it also coats the intestines with the healthy nutrients that it needs to maintain. So the number one way to treat leaky gut is actually by doing not eating for like a week or something, 3-4 days at least, and then drinking these teas while you're doing it, which is what I'm doing now, and it's really gonna flush out everything and work. Here's some raspberry leaves, and that's going to more vitamin C, some more nice flavor, antioxidants, and more vitamins and nutrients. Also gives it the raspberry flavor. This is called Cascara sagrada, which is a bowel tonic, which is used to stimulate the peristalsis of the intestines, which is the contraction, like a snake when it digests a mouse. It contracts the peristalsis and pushes the mouse to the center where it could be digested. Same what happens with the bowels and the intestinal tract. From the small to large, it contracts and pushes your stools through. So this helps to do that, and so does senna leaf and senna pods, which I think I have here. At least it's in one of these mixes. We also have ginkgo leaf here, this is a brain nutrient, so taking this with cilantro will help cross the blood-brain barrier and bring this ginkgo brain food to your brain as well. The intestines is like a brain too, and this feeds the intestines, so this is good for leaky gut as well. Then here, these three here, well, this here is rooibos tea, which is it's got antioxidants, and it's like a green tea. It's powerful antioxidant. Gives it some flavor too. I mean, you could put whatever you want in. You don't have to put everything, that's for sure. You can mix, and just know the licorice roots helps combine them and is a nutrient. We got some Maine Coast sea veggies here, which all kelp and seaweed and stuff like that. And I think we got some more here of the here's some. This is Atlantic kelp powder here, so this is kelp powder, and all the kelps and seaweeds of the sea, what they do in nature is they detoxify heavy metals and stuff like that in our bodies and in the sea, and they, when they're living in the sea, they transform toxic waste into clean water and usable water again. So this here is a bowel tonic specially made. I got it at Southfield, which contains like cayenne and marshmallow root and rhubarb. A lot of these herbs are in this one, but it's got quite a bit of cayenne, and the guy really believes in the bowel tonic with cayenne, and so I use cayenne sometimes. Here's some nice strong cayenne, and cayenne also helps rebuild new tissue. That's why it's used in the master cleanse, because you're detoxifying but you're building new tissue with that cayenne powder. It also gently scrapes the intestinal walls and draws out toxins. It's a blood purifier as well. This is a cleansing tea, so This by itself is enough for a cleansing tea, and I'll tell you the ingredients of this one thing. Here is probably about 20 herbs or so. There's a couple I missed. That's rosemary there, so that also gives it a nice flavor, of course, as well. It's a powerful healing property. Chamomile here, which is relaxing, so it gets you to relax while you drink these teas and all these mixes. It relaxes your intestinal system. You could use kava kava a bit too if you want. Here's some marigold and calendula here, and calendula and marigold are really healing. Calendula is good for healing for the skin. It's often put in salves and stuff like that. This cleansing tea here has peppermint, anise, licorice, fennel, violet leaves, and fenugreek, yeah. And so, yeah, that's cleansing tea there that was pre-made, which I add into the mix. This is called Nerviana tea, which has got chamomile. Of course, it's for the nerves. Chamomile relaxes. It's got hops, vervain, verlaine, skullcap. Skullcap is the also relaxes the nerves and is a tonic, a liver tonic, and it's good for the hair. Oat straw also is good for the intestines. It's going to bring healthy fibers for regrowing tissue, for a leaky gut and healing it up. You got nettles here, which is an all-around herb. It's got so many vitamins, nutrients, and that in itself, nettles by itself, is an amazing tea that gives you so much nutrients. And of course, the famous St. John's wort, which has so many things that it heals so many parts of the body. So that's an all-around nerve cleansing tea to relax you. And this is a laxative tea, so this one especially here was pre-made as well with these herb combinations by the woman that put them together, that knows the right ratios of them. We got this is a laxative tea, so we got peppermint, cascara bark, which is the Cascada sagrara. It's the peristalsis, and the peppermint cools, it's anti-inflammatory, it's circulation, brings circulation, but it's really good for all parts of the body. The peppermint. We got the licorice root again, which licorice root was used in most of those for combining herbs. Like I said, the licorice root helps to combine them well and gives it a sweet flavor. The anise seed, ginger root. We got fennel seed, senna leaf and senna pods. And the senna leaf and senna pods are another peristalsis herb that SI is used in this laxative tea because it stimulates the peristalsis, the contraction of the intestine. And marshmallow root, the cooling addition to the bowels there, the intestinal. So all these together have been put together in a cleansing tea. And also one other thing I did with all this is I added also David Jubb's I think it's 19 or 21 specifically designed herbs for blood purification, and I add that to the tea mix. I like to put more licorice root than anything else to sweeten it and have that combining effect. You can put a dash of cloves, which helps for parasites too and gives it a sweet flavor. You can also put other things like turmeric or curry or cumin and stuff like that, because that also has the curcumin, which also is an anti-inflammatory and anti-tumor, and all of these together work as anti-tumors. Has effects, and when you mix them all together like this, what I find is it's very much like a shaman mix. It's like doing some kind of shaman, psychedelic or entheogen of some kind. It actually takes your intestines on a little bit of a journey, and yeah, you just got to embrace it and let the healing powers and know that it's healing, and just and be a master and know, start using a little bit of herbs here and there, and then eventually be able to combine them, and you'll be able to work with them all. And so that's the little thing on the herbs there. We went through about probably 30 different herbs that are good for very much for the digestive system. Some were specifically designed for the liver. Some of them, like another one that's good for the lungs if you're a smoker, is mullein and cat's claw. Mullein is the #1 for if you want to cleanse your lungs. You can drink the tea, and even you can make smoking mixtures, healthy smoking mixtures, by putting mullein in there as well and smoking that and helping to clean the lungs. But like, herbs are just amazing for their power to regenerate and heal, and there's so many of them out there on the planet that these are just the ones that are common, more popular, and are widely used, and we know lots about what they do and how they work. Alright, so that's it for the herbal education from Liver Fleshman. Thank you. And I just wanted to show you the tea in the making. I made this one yesterday, and if you see those chunks of things there, that is all the herbs connected. That has the ginger, big slices of ginger. Ginger is an anti-inflammatory, antibacterial, antifungal, anti-inflammation herb. All right, and it gives it a nice, good flavor as well. So, yeah, experiment with all these herbs. And these are just amazing cleansing teas. You can live off these teas, and your intestines will help manufacture vitamins and nutrients that you don't necessarily need from the foods. The herbs contain nutrients that allows your intestines to be manufacturers more than processors. 95% of the population's intestines are processors of the nutrients. They don't actually receive the nutrients that they can manufacture, vitamins and nutrients that maybe you can't even really get from even natural foods on the planet that contain them, but the intestines can actually produce and manufacture these important nutrients that can be used as super nutrients for the body. So try it out for yourself. There it is, the all body cleansing tea.